Hello, beautiful souls. I just wanted to come in here and send a quick video message to you guys. Just an update on my return from China. I realized that I had made some previous videos talking about me going to China, my experiences in China, and I haven't given an update on my return and why I left. I've been setting the intention for 3 weeks now. I've been back a little over 3 weeks now. It's from China. And I set the intention to make this video a while ago, but I wanted to wait until things were settled down. I wanted to wait until I knew what was going on, if I knew if I was going back or if I was staying, so here it is. So if you have been following my journey, you know that I was supposed to move to China in 2017. 2 hours before I left for the airport, the job fell through. And then I spent the next year and a half of my life regretting my decision not to go. So finally, I healed myself enough to get back to the alignment of my desire for China. And I went. And I went to heal. I went to experience the world. I went to become a better version of me. And I did. And originally I thought I was going to be gone a year. And my lessons only took 4 months. It only took me 4 months to become the version of me that I needed to be while I was gone. And, I now realize why China didn't work out in the first place. But I felt like I needed that experience. I needed that. And so I did. And China was beautiful. It was beautiful in its healing. It really healed me. It changed me. It was a long 4 months. It was so long. It felt like I was gone years. Literally years it felt like I was gone. And it was only 4 months. In my time in China, I really sat with myself. And, I will be honest, China was not my cup of tea. China was a beautiful place for so many people. But it gave me sadness. It gave me depression. It gave me hopelessness. But all of those feelings were good feelings because I needed to feel those things. I needed to finally heal. And so often when we are going through our healing journey, things need to surface. Things need to come to the surface so that we can then sweep them away. Like think about cleaning a house. That dust needs to settle so that we can then wipe that dust away. And that's what happened. The energy of China was very, very different. It is a very masculine-driven energy, a very masculine-driven country. And what I mean by that is, it's a lot of work. It's not a lot of downtime. They are very serious. They are very unemotional people. Very, very unemotional people in general. And not everyone, but from what I experienced, China was just, they weren't very feeling place. And again, not to knock China. So many people love it. But it felt like everybody was in their heads, and they weren't in their hearts. I had many disputes with my job. I'm still disputing my job, which is a whole nother story. But because they thought I was too emotional. They thought I was too sensitive. And in honesty, I am. I am not someone that separates my feelings from my logic. They intertwine. My logic is based off of my feeling because I believe that it needs to come from the heart center. Which is another reason why, meditation is so important. To just bring us back to that heart, to then have the alignment with the head. But China had a lot of darkness, you know. You needed a VPN. The internet was blocked. You couldn't go on Facebook. You couldn't go on Netflix. Half the time the VPN would be down. From my experience, it was very lonely. You know, I've been on my own since I was 17 years old, but I never felt lonely. You know, like in living on my own all these years, I never really felt alone, you know? And I felt very lonely in China. I made beautiful friends. I had beautiful, beautiful friends. But it wasn't for me. And, you know, I spent a lot of time crying because I felt like I wanted to come home, but I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to fail. And I meditated and, you know, I prayed and was trying to manifest a way out of China. And there was many things I loved about China. You know, I truly became abundant. You know, I really tapped into the vibration of abundance. I really tapped into feeling like there was nothing I couldn't have, nothing that I couldn't buy, no place I couldn't travel. You know, and for that, like, I loved it, right? Like, I truly lived like a billionaire in my aspect. You know, I was getting weekly facials. I was getting my nails done weekly. I was buying stuff. I was able to travel, you know, go to Africa, book 5 plane tickets, you know. So for that, China was great. But I was trying to find a way out of China. So long story short, I had talked to my work before I left, and I had told them I wasn't happy. And that when I came back, when I came back from my vacation in Africa, I wanted to sit down with them and discuss our options, whether I would be staying or not. And so while I was in Africa, the coronavirus broke out. Thank God I missed it. Like, truly, thank God I missed it. But the coronavirus broke out when I was in Africa due to the fact that it was Chinese holiday and everybody was traveling. Everyone was going on vacation. So that's what made the coronavirus break out. I actually got really, really sick when I was in Africa and when I was in South Africa, and I was scared. Like, I was scared that I had the coronavirus, and I went to the doctors and they told me it was bronchitis. And my perspective on it is the energy of China is so different. And as an empath, the minute that I got out of China, I got sick. I had to let go of that negative energy. I had to let go of the darkness that I had been holding, which is what made me sick. I spent a lot of time in China feeling like I couldn't speak. I didn't have a voice. I felt weighed down. I felt like I was nothing. I felt like people stomped all over me. And so my throat, you know, every physical element that we have is really just a mental and emotional, you know, blockage first. So my throat was just so sore. And so I sat with my throat and I thought, you know, like, why is this happening? You know? And it's because I had restricted my voice. I had restricted my feelings for so long, and that it needed to be released. So I ended up, my boss had texted me and told me that we would be out of work for a while. She knew I was homesick, and she said, so if you want to go back to America for a little bit, then, you know, go ahead and do that. And so I was like, well, you know what, I'm going to do that. Like, I want to spend time with my family. And 2 days after I came back to America, she texted me, and she said, we decided that we're going to let you go. And at this time, I was kind of in a place of like, it was bittersweet because I didn't want to be in China any longer. But at the same time, like, I have all of my stuff in China. And, like, now what? Like, now what am I going to do? You know, so I just stayed in that place of, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay no matter what. And so I lost my job, and now I'm happy. Like, it's funny how sometimes things need to fall apart to then be rebuilt again. And I needed to lose that job because now where I'm going, what I'm working on now, is where I've always supposed to be. Does that make sense? And I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to be back in Pittsburgh. I'm working on my businesses. I have some good news coming. My birthday is March 9th, and I have some good news to announce on March 9th, just about where I'm going, and I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about this next stage of my journey and to implement everything that I was doing in China. You know, in China I was doing meditation coaching. I had 27 people that I was coaching in China. I'm excited to bring that back home now, bring back my experiences, everything that I learned while I was there. And just be a better coach, a better teacher, a better person, a better human, and just continue to enjoy the life that I'm living, because I love my life, and everyone else can too. So I just wanted to send that quick update on the few people who have been like, what happened? You were in China, now you're back. Like, what's going on? I felt like I had to give a follow video. So I wish everyone a beautiful day. I am off to be busy. And that's it. So have a beautiful day, guys. Mwah!